News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a pedestrian is killed on the highway, and Nye County has their first positive result returned. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
An ambulance driver is on leave following a fatal crash on the highway. It's Thursday, March 19th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, a pedestrian is struck and killed by a Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medic unit Wednesday night. Fire Chief Scott Lewis spoke with News 25, telling us it appears that the driver did everything they could to avoid hitting the man.
Just around 11 o'clock last evening, Medic 5 reported being involved in a pedestrian motor vehicle accident on Highway 160 near South Dandelion. As crews received the radio report, we dispatched a full force alarm assignment, which included 2 additional medic units, an engine company, and myself. As we arrived on location, we found what appeared to be a critical injury accident with a pedestrian on the roadway. It was later determined that the pedestrian did not survive the impact. An NHP investigative team from Las Vegas was dispatched to the scene, and Highway 160 was closed for a number of hours. NHP's investigation revealed a pedestrian at fault accident. In fact, it was noted that the driver of the ambulance did an outstanding job in an attempt to avoid the impact by creating an excessive maneuver to go around. However, he was unable to avoid that impact, but did a great job in making sure the ambulance didn't overturn as a result of that type of action. The driver is currently off duty today. We are keeping close contact with him. As you can imagine, the crew is very shaken. We're very sad that the incident occurred, and we're cooperating fully with the investigation.
Well, a close call for a driver in Pahrump Wednesday afternoon as their car goes airborne and lands up against a utility pole.
It happened just before 5 p.m. when 2 cars collided at Highway 372 and the driveway leading to McDonald's. After impact, the red Cadillac stopped with its front end several feet off the ground and up against a utility and light pole right next to the Pahrump Valley Times building. Employees inside reported the impact shook the building. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, deputies with the Nye County Sheriff's Office, and NHP troopers all responded to the scene. No injuries were reported, but the driver of the Cadillac was a little shaken up. An investigation is underway to determine what caused the crash.
Well, a Pahrump man is under arrest after he allegedly stole containers of water from a local business.
46-year-old Jason Palmo was booked into the Nye County Detention Center on a charge of grand larceny. Around 3:30 Thursday morning, deputies were dispatched to ACC Industries on Calvada Boulevard when someone called to say they saw a pickup truck drive behind the building where no one should have been. Upon arrival, officers located a truck matching the description provided by the caller. The vehicle had 2 large water containers in the back. The sheriff's office says that through their investigation, they learned the water containers had been stolen from ACC Industries. Palmo was driving that truck. In a news release, the sheriff's office says Palmo told officers he was worried about things getting crazy and that he needed the water to survive. He was then arrested. The sheriff's office reminds everyone that victimization of anyone in our community, especially during this time of crisis, will not be tolerated. They say they'll continue increased patrols, taking enforcement action if necessary.
News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Crude oil prices continue to drop, and a company that makes surgical masks is warning people of a scam involving their company's name. Here's Angela Miles with more.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief. Topping our news, as President Trump and Congress scramble to address the economic fallout from the coronavirus outbreak, Wall Street analysts are upgrading food companies, including Kraft Heinz and Campbell's Soup, as Americans stock up on packaged foods. Crude oil plunged more than 23% yesterday. Fears are growing of a global recession. Also, Russia and Saudi Arabia are preparing to ramp up production, which could drive down oil prices. The Federal Housing Finance Agency is suspending foreclosures and evictions of homeowners who have mortgages backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. And scam alert, Prestige Ameritech, the largest maker of medical face masks in the nation, is out with a warning. Scammers are using the company's name on websites and in emails.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, last night, Nye County was notified by the state with information on the first resident with a confirmed test of coronavirus positive in the county. Prior to that notice, Nye County Manager Tim Sutton, along with County Commission Chairman John Koenig, Director of Emergency Management Scott Lewis, and Sheriff Sharon Worley, had already signed a declaration of existence of local emergency. That statement reads, in light of the recent COVID-19 pandemic and in an effort to better protect the citizens of Nye County, they are issuing an attached emergency declaration. This is being done in an abundance of caution and is similar to the declaration issued during the recent Storm Area 51 event. The Board of County Commissioners is unable to meet at this time due to restrictions on public gatherings, but the board will have the opportunity to review and ratify the declaration at a future meeting. Several other Nevada counties have taken this precautionary step, which allows for a quicker response in times of emergencies. The declaration is also necessary to qualify for state and federal grant funding so that we can hopefully offset some of the cost associated with fighting, treating, and containing the virus. Thank you to all the residents for your patience during this challenging time, and they want you to know that they are doing all they can to reopen their offices and provide full county services. Well, Nye County Director of Public Works Tim Dahl says his department is working on several major road improvement projects, and an increase in the speed limit on a portion of Pahrump Valley Boulevard is another step closer to reality.
What is going on with the resolution or ordinance we did on the speed limits for Pahrump Valley, Dandelion, and Honeysuckle? Can we get an update on that?
Sure. Good morning, Commissioners. That is still going through the review at the DA's office to create a bill to approve those so that I can go out and change those signs. So once they've created the bill, we'll have set a time, date, and location for a public hearing, do the public hearing, where then it will become effective so that I can go out there and change those signs.
Okay, because I noticed it was on our last agenda and it was removed. Do you know why it wasn't heard?
I do not. It's out of my hands right now.
Just an update and clarification. The review of that ordinance regarding the speed limit in the area of Honeysuckle Park was completed by our office and forwarded back to the requester, being Public Works, on February 11th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds like it is in my court. The Leslie Street improvements are coming along nicely. We are going to be pulverizing that road between Basin and Irene, and then that's going to get dressed up by our crews. The ditches will get put in by our crews, and then that'll get paved hopefully before the end of March. Also, we've got Blag Road from Harris Farm to Simpkins that we're working on bid packages for. That'll get an overlay of the existing asphalt, as well as widen out to 38 feet with some bike lanes on it, just like Leslie Street. And then we are working as well on a bid package for Anvil and Powerline to spend that $1.1 million that the solar project left for us. So Lots of projects going on in my world. Any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'd like to implore the public's patience while we go through these painstaking efforts to get our closets cleaned out, so to speak, and all the construction debris that's going on right now.
All right, when we return, we're going to talk about what's happening at Valley Electric Association during this pandemic.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, Valley Electric Association has issued a statement regarding their response to COVID-19 and those who have been affected in their service territory. Prepaid accounts effective March 19th will function as normal with the exception of the meter automatically disconnecting power. In order to assist members during these unprecedented times, Valley Electric Association will not be disconnecting prepaid accounts. And they say that once a prepaid balance has reached zero, the account will continue to operate. The member's account will continue to accrue a balance, however. VEA will encourage those affected by COVID-19 to please contact them for help with applying for government assistance programs. To provide additional assistance during this difficult time, Valley Electric will monitor balances daily and attempt to contact members to provide solutions to ensure continuity of service. Traditionally billed accounts effective March 16th, Valley Electric says that they have suspended non-pay disconnects and associated late payment penalties for both electric and broadband customers affected by COVID-19. VEA will continue to monitor this evolving situation and will reassess as necessary. Any members needing payment assistance will be asked to call Valley Electric's office at 775-727-5312. Well, today marks the first day of spring, which means spring allergy season is just around the corner. But in the midst of the current public health concerns, it's important to be able to distinguish allergy symptoms from other illnesses. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Alice Hoyt says there's one telltale sign that you're suffering from seasonal allergies.
The biggest symptom someone should think about is itchiness. So does their nose itch? Is that something that really prompts sneezing? Do their eyes itch? And then are they noticing these kind of itchy, congested, so itchy, drippy, sneezy is what I call it. Do they notice those symptoms, especially when the seasons are changing?
Dr. Hoyt says many seasonal allergy symptoms can be treated effectively with over-the-counter products. However, she admits it can be overwhelming to see an aisle of boxes labeled allergy relief. One of the most effective go-to treatments for seasonal allergies is a nasal steroid spray.
The way it works is by suppressing the inflammation in the nose using steroids. These are not an immediate effect type of medication. You do need to use it for at least a few days to start to see some effect.
If you're looking for an oral medication, she says it's key to know the difference between decongestants and antihistamines.
I encourage my patients to avoid anything that has the D in it because that means it has a decongestant. And typically, even with severe cases of seasonal allergies, you don't need the D medication every day.
Dr. Hoyt says if you're unsure which ingredients are best for your symptoms, ask your doctor or pharmacist. If allergy medications are not helping, it's best to call your doctor.
Well, Mom's Diner here in Pahrump continues to serve up customers during the COVID-19 pandemic. But since every restaurant in Nevada has had to close their doors to dine-in customers, the only option is to order for carry-out. And quite a few people are taking advantage of that service.
So we jumped into planning immediately as soon as we heard. We closed down the restaurant for dine-in customers. We put all the chairs and everything to the side so that people won't sit in here. You can still take out orders. You can call in, you can text in, you can come in and order, but you have to take it out. You can't hang out in here and eat. You know, we're telling anybody if they don't feel good, if they're not feeling well, if they feel sick, to stay home, don't come in. And then we also are sanitizing, way more than we normally do. We always keep everything clean, but we're making sure that everything's wiped down all the time. We're not using menus, we're using the paper menus so that they're not, touching something that everybody else has touched, just little things like that that make a difference. It's definitely slowed down since all this was going on, but I think, people are staying at home, they're taking more precautions, but we're definitely getting orders. The text order is 775-990-9142, and then you can just text it in, we'll confirm that we have it, and you just come in and get it, or you can call at our normal phone number, 775-751-9929.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, let's take a look outside on that WeatherCam and see what we got going on. Cloudy skies. We'll find out more in our forecast right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
All right, in Las Vegas today, high of 59, low of 45. Death Valley 66-49. Amargosa's high of 56, a 39 for your low tonight. Beatty 51-36. Goldfield 36-23. And I think that was Goldfield 36-23. Tonopah high of 47-23 is your low. Carson City 45-23. Fallon high of 49, low of 26. And Fernley 47-27 is your low. Here in Pahrump, cloudy skies with a high of 55, winds out of the south at 15 miles per hour, humidity 45%, and sunrise 6:48 this morning. Tonight, we're looking at possible showers with your low of 39, winds out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour, humidity 74%, looks like it's going to rain, and sunset 6:55 tonight. Your 7-day forecast shows a 10% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday with a cloudy skies. Friday's high of 58, low of 45. Saturday, high of 62, low of 41. Sunday, we lose that chance of rain there with a high of 68 and a low of 47. Monday, clouds are coming back in with a 20% chance of rain with some winds at 12 miles per hour, high of 66 and low of 46. The winds are still going to be sticking around Tuesday and Wednesday with partly sunny skies. Tuesday's high is 68, low of 43. Wednesday, high is 61, low of 40, and a 10% chance once again getting some humidity. Thursday goes up just a tick more, that 20%. Thursday's high of 58 and low of 40. Well, there is a blood drive happening tomorrow at the Pahrump Community Library, and they have other blood drives scheduled on various Fridays. Vitalant is having that once again on March 20th, March 27th, April 3rd, and April 17th from 10:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. Appointments can be made at bloodhero.com. You can enter the code Pahrump Library. You can even give them a call, 877-258-4825. Well, that wraps up tonight's newscast. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.